before we wrap, I have to ask you about the family. Throughout the years, her family has been very troublesome for her, much in what the way we saw Michael Joseph Jackson struggle with his family, Janet Demita Joe Jackson struggle with her family. Families, when you're famous, can be a real motherfucker to navigate. And Whitney has died, and a lot of people have spoken out in her family. And a lot of people believe that they are still draining her dry, even from the grave, i.e., the hologram in Las Vegas, which I hear is horrific. What are your thoughts on that kind of thing? On the family and the family dynamic? And we only have 2 minutes.
Right. I write about this in the book, but the thing with the family is, they shared so much of her with us, and the one thing that I felt really bad about was the fact that they didn't have to share their grief, and then
Mm-hmm.
that grief that they were sharing with us was also having to come with this reckoning that they were all experiencing of, well, okay, it wasn't Bobby who did this.
Yeah.
Yes, Bobby was problematic in lots of ways, but it wasn't Bobby. There was this whole other life. And so, I think back to that interview, with Oprah and Sissy, where even still after this woman is gone, you're asking her if you would have cared if her child was in a relationship with a woman. You're asking her the extent of her knowledge around the drugs. And I think so much of that, we now look at them as, okay, well, they've had to overcome their own failures as a family, and I don't like to say it that way because that seems judgmental, but
Yeah.
that's sort of what we were watching play out. And I really wanted to write to that and also, pick apart some of the other things. My opinion about the hologram is it's not my taste, but I do think that for somebody who wants to discover her, if that's their only entry point, then so be it. But there's
Yeah.
so much great music, there's so many great videos and films and all of these things to watch and feel her that it doesn't actually have to be this thing in Vegas. But if that's what you want, go for it.